Welcome guys! I am so excited to be bringing you this video because I have done the biggest transformation that I've done in a long time. Yes, it is finally happening. I have transformed my hallway from a tip, basically a disgusting hoarder tip, into a minimalist paradise. And I'm going to take you guys along on the journey. So if you've got maybe a project that you need to do, a big decluttering project, consider me your body double. We can do it together. Or if you like, just grab a cup of coffee, put your feet up and enjoy watching me transform this space. As I said, we're going to be decluttering, organizing. We're even moving furniture. You know, when you just get that urge to move furniture, and it feels so good to change up the vibe, change up the energy in the zen, I reckon. So if you are new here, my name's Amy. This is Ren Plus Us. I live in the Tasmanian countryside with my 3 beautiful children. 2 of them are toddlers. I've got 1 teenager, 2 boys, 1 girl. The girl's the youngest. And I've also got 2 crazy cats. I'm very much a type B mum. And right now I'm showing you guys the mess that we are going to be dealing with in this video. It's pretty out of control, I gotta say, the whole way. So I'm very type B. I'm very ADHD. I'm kind of a free creative spirit. A fun mum, but sometimes I get a little bit cranky because I get overwhelmed by this crazy mess. But yeah, if that's the kind of thing that you're into, homemaking, motherhood, decluttering, organizing videos, you might like to consider subscribing. And I'll tell you what, it is so nice that we finally made your acquaintance and that you are here to share this journey. I've slowly but surely been decluttering and organizing and cleaning my very messy, cluttered house. And it's been so great to have you guys on the journey. So if you're new here, feel free after this video to go back and watch some other videos and see where we're at. But if not, if you don't want to do that, that's fine. You can just jump on in here and we'll get going. So we're starting right now with this kind of, I believe it's called a buffet, which just makes me hungry when I say it. But we actually got this from a neighbor of ours when they were moving out. We like kind of had, I'm going to say we had FOMO, because they were like, yeah, hey, we're leaving, do you guys want to buy some of our furniture? And I was like, sweet. So we went over there and took a look, and everything was like so beautiful and nice. I mean, like, damn, this is great. But somehow when it came into our house, it just I don't know, it just didn't look so great. Things started to fall apart, and yeah, I feel like it's just kind of some like void in our house that things come in and they look nice outside, and I managed to destroy them pretty quickly. So this area is particularly cluttered and particularly a problem. And I reckon if you are someone like me, you've got an area in your house that's like this, that just attracts all the clutter. Like if I'm going around, I'm doing a pickup and I don't know where something goes, or there's like a little toy or a little piece of something, somehow it ends here, down here on this thing, because it's at the end of the house. And so I'm like, whatever, I'll just put it here, deal with it later. Anyway, this is later and I'm dealing with it, but this is definitely like years and years. I'm going to go ahead and say this is probably 5 years worth of clutter that I've kind of done little bits of decluttering, but yeah, no, not enough. So there's a lot of things here that just don't have a home. And one of the mistakes I made was I let my little son Ren, this channel's namesake, into the board games. And he has just pulled everything out and destroyed them. I was all like, yeah, no, it's fine. Let him explore and have fun and whatnot. And now this is me dealing with the aftermath of it. So I think I'm going to have to buy some new board games. There's definitely some that I can save, but for the most part, I'm going to have to buy some new ones, which kind of sucks, but you got to do what you got to do. I just didn't anticipate this happening because my eldest son is so different. Like there's no way he would just pull board games out and make a mess. Like he's very kind of, I don't know, he's just not like that. But my younger one's a bit more wild. So live and learn. That's the lesson. Not all your kids are going to be alike. But I was just, yeah, every time the hallway is like one of the first things that I see when I walk in the door. Like you can kind of see the whole house when you walk in the front door. And obviously the hallway's right there. And I kind of just, I'll have the front of the house really neat, but then the hallway will just be this tragic, chaotic mess. And it just makes me sad seeing it when I walk in the door. Like I don't feel relaxed. It makes me feel overwhelmed. It makes me feel kind of like a failure, I want to say, and it makes me just feel out of control. So getting this done is just awesome. And Harriet is giving me a hand as well. I don't know if you guys have found this, but I find it really tricky to do these projects with my little ones around because, you know, they need me a lot. They need help. They want to help. And I just like to get kind of stuck into something. Like I like to hyper focus on something. I don't like to just sort of have to stop and start. And I find that frustrating. But that's one of the things you learn as a mum. And look, guys, I'm no expert, but I am going to give you a little tip that I've picked up with decluttering. And this is sort of how I've been doing it. So as I said, I've been going around the house just sort of doing these decluttering projects. I've done the pantry. I've done some of the kitchen. I've done my eldest son's bedroom. And now we're at the hallway. So some of the things that I've realized is it's about kind of getting on a roll. Like it's about feeling good about yourself. So if you can get one section done, even if you're not making those decisions about what you're going to throw out, even if you're just putting everything like in a big box and putting it in your shed or whatever, and then basically you'll forget about it and realize that you don't need the stuff that's in there, then you can chuck it out. Just whatever it takes to get you started, to get you going, and to get you feeling motivated and seeing that clear, clean, decluttered space. I can tell you right now, you're going to want to then move on to the next space and the next space. And sometimes, you know, making those hard decisions like, oh, what am I going to keep? What am I going to throw away? Where am I going to put this? It can get really overwhelming. So often I think it's better just box everything up. And then when you've forgotten about it, you realize you won't need it. You can chuck it away. And obviously as you're going, you know, you might see a few trinkets that are really important that you really want to keep. Go ahead, keep them. I'm not the boss of you. So you can do what you want with your stuff. But yeah, I think that having a clean house that you can live life in, that's decluttered and organized, is so much better than holding on to items. And maybe this is like obvious to everybody else what I'm saying, but for me, I've only kind of just come to the realization of this, that you can just chuck stuff out. Like I'm someone that's always had like strong sentimental attachments to objects, and I've always been like really, really stressed. Even as a child, I would wake up like in the middle of the night, like as a little child, be freaked out because I didn't know where some like coloring book was. So I think I've just carried that into adulthood, but I'm realizing like the kids love like running around a decluttered house. I love the way I feel in a decluttered house, and it's so much better than holding on to stuff. And honestly, like when you pass away, people don't want your stuff. Like they just don't. Like you think like things are so important. I had this bag of, there were two groups of items that I held on to for my kids, like that I had when I was a kid. That I'm like, I'm going to hold into this stuff. And then when I have kids, I'll give it to them. And it came like, these objects came like all around Australia with me when I was moving. And so the first one was a load of Goosebump books. And the second thing was a bag of My Little Ponies. So after I had kids, I went to track these down in the shed, and I realized that they are missing this bag of ponies, which are so cool because they're like original My Little Ponies from the 80s. And there's a bag of them with a My Little Pony bag. I think someone maybe came in and stole them. I could just be being paranoid and they could actually be in there somewhere, but I'm pretty sure that, I don't know, someone's gotten in when we were building the house and stolen them. And same with the Goosebump books. So I'm bummed about that. But that's like a life lesson, like all this effort that I put into like carting objects around that are just gone. I think one of the saddest things I heard, I don't want to say saddest, but it was a poignant moment. A neighbor that we had been neighbors with for a really, really long time when I was a kid, he was a lovely man, used to walk our dog. He passed away, and my dad went over to clean out his house because he didn't really have any family to clean his house out for him. And my dad found like a whole box of report cards that he had kept. My dad's like, this is so sad. There's no one for me to give these to. So he just had to like, he sort of went through them and then chucked them out. And, you know, I think we have to think more about our stuff in that aspect. Like when we pass away, you know, don't leave it as a burden for your kids or your neighbors or your friends, whatever, to have to go through and deal with. just chuck it out now and enjoy the clean space. And to be honest, like, I just feel like my kids deserve the best. And I'm starting to realize as well that I need to look after myself. Like, one of the big reasons why my house got this way, and maybe you guys are the same as well, actually I think this is a big problem for a lot of people, especially a lot of women these days, is that we're so busy. Like, I do freelance work, I do YouTube, I am at uni, I've got 3 kids to manage, I'm a carer for someone as well. Like, I've got a lot going on. And sometimes those things have to take priority over your home. And also these days, like, looking after kids is so different. And I was trying to explain this to someone this morning and they really didn't get it. I just sounded crazy. But I'm like, you know, back in the old days, like back even when I was a kid, it would just be like, you know, hey, go outside and play. Like, you know, you'd kind of be left to your own devices. And these days it's like you have to kind of entertain your kids all the time or you're a bad parent. Or, you know, like if you see, well, not me, but some people, if they see like young kids, you know, out by themselves, they like, you know, call the police. Like, it's crazy. When I was a kid, like, I remember going off with some older kids when I was like super young, like 6 or something. Like, here in Tassie, it's a bit different. There still are a lot of kids that like ride their bike to school, walk to school, who are really quite young. Like, I don't let my 13-year-old even walk down the road to get the bus because I'm just like so paranoid that something will happen to him. And all the other parents think that I'm totally nuts, but that's just me. Yeah. So I think that there's a lot more put on women these days, and there has been in the past. And we put a lot more pressure on ourselves. And I'm not at all saying, I don't want to say anything negative about like the feminist movement. And I think it's so great that women can have jobs and can earn money and do all this stuff. But, you know, there's some downsides to it as well. And this is one of them. So with that being said, I've realized the last few weeks I've been maybe not a lot of fun to be around. I've been just really like stressed and overwhelmed. And like every moment of the day has been, I have to get to the next thing. I have to get this thing done. I have to make sure this person's happy and this person's taken care of. And, you know, I've been feeling like if I don't, just the world's going to fall apart, which obviously it won't. And I think at some point I just realized like I have to make the decision to put my house and myself first. Actually, I always say I put God first. And this was one of the things that I had in my goals for the year. So I had like a whole lot of goals that I wanted to accomplish throughout the year. I even made a little video about it that I can just like rewatch to remind myself of my yearly goals. And I'm doing pretty well with them. There's a couple that I got to hit. I got to hit my workout goals. And I'm going to be doing a video about just like how to be healthy and take care of yourself as a busy type B ADHD style mum. So that video will be coming up soon. But I think it is so important to, as mums, as women, to put ourselves first and take care of ourselves and realize that your number one priority has to be your health, your mental and physical health, because at the end of the day, if you're not okay, you can't look after other. I don't even want to say you can't look after other people. You can't be a force, the best you can be. Like the world, God, the universe wants everyone to be the best they can be. And, you know, it's not so much about doing as it is about being.
I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here. when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew what power you have over me, but now it's so hard to breathe. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of here. Out of here. I find it so hard to breathe, 'cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew.
It's been so cool when I read your guys' comments and you say things like, you really connect with me and you really feel heard. I had one of those comments recently, and that just always like makes my, I don't know, it just makes my day, because I want you guys who are in this situation, and maybe you're someone like me, to not feel alone. Like, you know, not everyone's like, if we watch YouTube videos, like, it's so nice to watch content with people making beautiful things and having a beautiful house and all this, and I love that content, but you definitely can leave feeling really down about yourself. I think that happens to a lot of people, and I just want to show you guys, like, it's okay if your house is messy. It's okay. All you have to do is clean it up. Like, it's not the end of the world. If you're someone who's not naturally tidy and you want to be, you can learn. Like, it's nothing bad about your character. I think so often I hear creators, not so often, but I think one of the kind of popular things to do these days to get views is to like shame messy houses, which seems crazy to me. Like, you know, you don't choose the way your brain works, like, and everyone's got difficulties that they're trying to overcome. And usually if you're doing this type of content, you're someone like me who is trying to better their situation. So, you know, and I don't want you guys to feel bad when you hear these creators saying this stuff, because, you know, there's either two reasons. A, they just don't understand, or B, they're just doing it to get views. So please don't feel down on yourself. And again, like, no shade to those creators. Like, you're doing your job, you're expressing yourself and how you feel, and that's totally fine. And, you know, more power to you. But I just, you know, I care about how you guys feel. I don't want you to feel down on yourselves, because I really do believe that everybody is doing the best they can at any given moment with the skills that they have. And, you know, when you know better, you can do better. So right now I am building, I got this from Kmart, and it's so cool. Like, whenever I watch like content of Americans that have come over to Australia, they're always really impressed with Kmart, because I know their Kmart's like different. I don't even know if it exists anymore, but our Kmart is really cool. So I've got this laundry hamper from Kmart that I'm putting together, and my kids have been helping me. Was if you could see before, at the end of the hallway, I've just got such a pile of laundry sitting there. Like, it's so ugly. Most of it isn't dirty laundry. I actually keep on top of the laundry. It's just, I think, like, I don't even know. I've got like a set of, like, a block that knives are supposed to go. There's not knives in there, but there's like a block that knives are supposed to go in that I got given. There's like a bunch of what do you call them? The things that you wear on top of your sleepwear, the warm things. I can't remember. Please write it in the comments. You know, you tie them up. A robe. That wasn't a hard word. I've got a bunch of like kids' robes in there that I got given. There's just it's more of like a storage kind of situation happening over there. So I'm going to be organizing that. I have started that process. And then I'm going to be building this beautiful new laundry hamper that goes at the end of my hallway. Here we go. I'm moving stuff. You guys always look so miserable when I make these videos. I'm not miserable. It's just I've got like natural resting bee face. I'm actually a really happy person. People used to tell me when I was living in Finland, they're like, you smile so much. You're always smiling. I'm a weirdo. I love putting furniture together. Like few things make me as happy as spending an afternoon putting a piece of furniture together with a cup of coffee. I feel like it could be a business. I could start a business. Send me your IKEA furniture, your put together furniture, and I will happily put it together for you. Maybe I could do it like a charity thing, like a free thing for, single overwhelmed parents or people with disabilities. I don't know. It's just a thought. And I could film it for YouTube. But I'll tell you what, it's less fun putting it together with the little kids around. They have so much fun though. They love watching me build stuff. In fact, Ren just kept asking over and over again. He's like, Mummy, let's build this. Can we build this? Mummy, build this. These things are so cool. You've probably seen them before, but they're just like little frames that open and close, and you can put your kids' artwork in there, which I love that. It makes it so easy to show their artwork. I'm definitely going to get some more. So as you could probably see, I've taken a lot of frames and pictures and stuff down, and I love having photos around, but they do kind of look like cluttered and tacky on top of it. I wanted like the top of these boxes just to be like really clean and smooth. So right now I'm doing this little trick that I saw online, which was to dust especially, get some fabric softener and put it in some water, and I've got my duster, my like scrub daddy duster, and then you like dust and clean with that, and basically it makes the place smell really, really nice, and I concur it does. But I will say this, I do not know how fabric softener actually, like what surfaces it can damage. So if you care about your surface, just don't go ahead and do this. It might ruin it. I also heard that you can put like little nice smelling dryer sheets around the place, and I'm like, that's a good idea. Make the place smell real good.
To be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. If I want, let yourself be free, and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better.
So I lit my candle, but then I was super paranoid about the smoke detector being really close to it, so I blew it back out. But it was nice to have it lit for a few moments. So I decided to just give my door a clean with this potion that I've created, because it was really gross. But I'm kind of bummed because you guys can't say it. You can't say the grossness of it, but it's there, trust me. But I do want to just go around my whole house, and I'm going to be doing that in the next video, because next video we're going to be doing a deep clean, but I'll be going around the house and finding like little bits and bobs to scrub with this thing. And here we go, here's the before and after. Oh voila, it is beautiful. And now I know that I also promised you guys a review of the vacuum cleaner that I've been using, and I will be doing that in the next video, which is going to be a deep cleaning video. But if you want to know what happened to all this stuff, here it is. And don't worry, you guys, I thought it would be so fun to do a video of me taking this stuff to the tip and to secondhand places and whatnot. So if you want to see this room be transformed into, I think it's going to be like a playroom type of thing, then hit subscribe so you don't miss out. But Thank you guys so much for being here. Remember, life is short, life is now, lots of love. Bye. Oh, and if you like this video, you're going to love the one that YouTube is showing you right now.